Jackie's Garden. Welcome back to Terrantel, Little Sprouts. Thank you for joining me and my players for another session of D&D. My players for this campaign are Maddie, playing Aelin, a high elf paladin, Kisla, playing a halfling wizard named Willow, and my special guests for this first arc are my brother Ben, playing the Earth Genasi fighter, Weejub, and my sister-in-law Hannah, playing Naviee, a bright pink Aarakocra rogue. So now that our players and characters have been reintroduced, let's start the episode with a little recap. Last we left off, our adventurers headed to the Forbidden Forest after receiving a warning from Mr. Thistle about the strange and dangerous magical properties of this forest. Our group was met with an awakened oak tree that was slumbering at the entrance of the forest and were able to sneak by through the use of Weejub's Pass Without Trace spell. Shortly after, they came across another animated plant life and a destroyed cart that was recognized by Willow to be belonging to the Thistle family. After a quick and shiny distraction, the Needleblights left the cart to chase a glowing orb produced by Willow, and our team began looting the wagon for clues. Willow found a contestant's uniform and an official acceptance letter to Terrantel University made out to Aleecia. Before our team could sneak off, the Needleblights came back to the cart and initiated combat. Our team then faced off against a population of Snurses, a spore-like creature of which could make someone fall unconscious with one whiff of their spores. After much debate, the adventuring party was able to dodge through the sleepy haze and made it to an open area where floating turnip-like creatures gathered at the foot of their parent, a giant Mandragorgon Aeropostale, and in front of this massive beast was the still body of Aleecia Thistle, covered in vines. You guys see in this opening, the trees have shriveled away, and around you are these vine-like structures. There's a mixture of black vines and green prickly ones, but the Mandragorgon is staying in the very back part of the forest. With that 21 perception check though, Aelin, you look at this corpse and you see that the legs of Aleecia are twined and enlaced with this black gunk-like vine. But from her shoulders and head up, there is this white bulb that is covering her face, and the green vines are holding onto her arms as she's laying on the ground. You can see subtle breathing, but it is very slow.
Oh. Okay, well, I relay that to my companions. Snap. I don't know what to do.
Can we see of the vines? Like, are the green ones coming from a different place than the black ones?
You do see that there is a difference in direction where these vines are coming from. So one is coming from the dead trees closer to the Mandragorgon. That is the green vines. And the black ones are sprouting from the earth. They look as though they came from the earth and just went after her. So there are two opposing forces that you can gather here.
Interesting.
So would it be possible, since I'm pretty stealthy, for me to sneak up there and kind of just cut her free from the vines while everyone else tries to distract the enemies?
So we're going with Plan B, shiny Genasi man runs through. Right?
Fuck it. Yeah, hey,
we're
I'll
circling back to that. Great.
Yeah. Plan B is turned into Plan A.
I think it sounds like a good idea, but I also don't want you to die, so.
Well, so I feel you know what? I've done a lot as a soldier, and I feel okay running up to like the top left area. So if we split in like to two teams, and like I can go up to the top left area and try and distract those two up the top left, and then someone else goes to the right and tries to distract those two on the right hand side, and then hopefully Naviee can be sneaky enough to not get the giant. What is that thing called?
Mandragorgon Aeropostale. You can just call him Aeropostale if you want.
All right, yeah. So the Aeropostale, and then maybe get the corpse while we're fighting these two, and then she can get the corpse. Or sorry, not the corpse, because it's still alive. She's still alive.
That we can see, or something's alive.
Yeah, something is alive. Yeah, it's true.
Or where's the body?
The body is, let's see, distance-wise, from you, it is 25 feet away.
Yeah, I mean, I can move 30 feet up to the left if we really want to go with that plan, because I'm cool with that.
These little children have have spotted you, but they haven't done anything against you. As for perception for the Mandagorgon Air Apostle, they are unaware of your presence.
Wait, the giant air apostle doesn't know that we're here yet?
Not yet, no.
So, I mean, maybe we just take the body. They're not very hostile yet.
Yeah,
I think yet is the key word there.
Yeah. I think the big guy will probably see you if you go to the body, like from that distance, probably could spot you.
What is that distance?
Is pass without trace
Yeah,
still
I do have
active?
a I
forget
have
how
a
long it
plus
lasts.
7
Yeah.
still.
Oh, yeah. Is there a pass without
Oh.
a trace still active? I don't think it.
It's an
is.
hour.
No. Yeah, and
It's
you
an
had to
hour.
do
Oh, so it is.
concentration, and you were fighting, so you would have lost your concentration. I think.
But concentration's only lost if they take a certain amount of damage. They then have to roll higher than half that damage. So I don't think Ouija got hit, or did you get hit?
No, I did not. I just I
Mm-mm.
tripped and scared myself, basically.
That's right. That's right.
We could try the sneak method, especially if we're all distracting.
Well, so I think Navi has the best sneaking, correct?
I have a plus
So-
7 advantage.
So you have that plus the pass out of the trace. Maybe like we move up as a group just a little bit more, and then she tries to grab the body, and then if they attack, then we can kind of like cover her while she comes back.
Yeah. It might be good to know though that 2 of them have seen us, so I don't know if
That's
we.
true. Yeah. Which two have seen us? Is that the front two, like the most?
Yeah, the floating onion thingy-mabobs.
What if we gave the little onion people some of our pie? Maybe it would like make this guy happy because nobody ever gave him anything.
The only scary part about that is if it gives us advantage on attack, would it give them an advantage too?
It might if they eat it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so I think if we could try and sneak, and then like worst case, if they start attacking Hannah, we all just like combat initiated, die, and then we just gotta go for it.
Die as in we die?
No. They die. They
Oh.
die.
This
Yeah.
is an important specification to make.
That is, yes, it is.
From my flashbacks, the feeling I'm getting is these guys aren't immediately going to attack us. As of right now, they are neutral, unless
Yeah.
we do something.
They've already seen you, offered you food, and they've gone away. They're now just like posted at this body, but they aren't doing anything to her. And the vines seem to have like frozen in time. They're not moving or doing anything more. They're just kind of posted, kind of watching her.
Are there any vines near us right now that I can like do a perception check and see about how tough they are? So if things do get rough, it might be a good idea to just try and cut the vine, like, you know, with a weapon of some sort, and then just kind of drag her out if that's the worst case.
The vines themselves don't seem to be any stronger than that of regular vines. They may be animated, but they don't have any additional strength.
Okay, sweet. So
2 competing vines. There's black vines, black grayish vines, and then green ones, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel uncomfortable because I accepted the squash. I want to give them something back. Do we have? I'm gonna give them an
Also,
we have
Jackiee,
pie. Yeah, we could give them pie.
sus.
So I could sneak while you guys give them pie.
That's true because
So
I'm just.
how about
I've accepted offering. I must give offering back.
so how about Willow? Since you're like the same height as them, why don't you try and give the one closest to us like a pie?
Yes.
Maybe
So
like
you're-
try and pull. Yeah, if you pull that, like try and give that a pie right there, and then Navi, you try and sneak up to the body while you and I guard again, like we were doing beforehand. Like we move up to like here or ish, you know, and then
Also, I'll move with Willow just in case as well.
okay, yeah, and I can move up with Navi, and then if something happens, I can try to defend Navi while she's getting the body, or if things go really bad, then Navi and I can both attack one or the
Yeah.
other. All right,
Okay.
sound like a plan?
Sounds good to
All
me.
right, let's do it. All right. Oh, I guess I'll wait and see what goes on with the pie first, see if they buy that.
Did anyone want to eat some pie and get some advantage rolls before we get into all this stuff? Because
I still have my advantage roll because I haven't actually attacked anyone yet.
I
Okay.
would probably take some pie to get advantage.
I will
You
give
can
you
take the
my.
other slice. We have 4 slices.
Yeah, we have 4
Mhm.
slices.
Okay. I take
Sweet.
the
Okay.
slice.
Yeah, so I'll give a slice to Navi, another one to Aelin before we execute this.
Wonderful.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, so Willow, you present this pie. Are you putting it on the stump, or are you like giving it to them, like yourself?
I'm gonna give it to him because I took the squash literally from their hands. So I'm gonna give them the pie.
And I want to have an action held just in case something goes wrong.
Okay. So, Willow, you take this piece of pie and you start to walk ahead with Aelin close behind as your guard and just watching over you. In this dirt area, this field, there are many of these floating onion-like creatures known as mandragorgons, the smaller versions of the Aeropostale. And they're all just floating there as though in a trance, and they kind of remind you of like an NPC in a video game where they have like that stance that just kind of waves back and forth as though being pushed by an ocean. And the nearest one closest to you turns as you approach it, and it just kind of peers down at the pie that you're presenting to it. And when you hold it up and present it to this little creature, it takes its club-like hands and cups the pie and just peers, analyzes, looks to you, and does this little shimmy in its shoulders. And you can't see any facial expressions because it's a plant, but you can sense this feeling of excitement as it floats away towards the Aeropostale and presents the pie on this stone altar in front of the Aeropostale. The other Mandragorgon around you suddenly turn to face their parent-like creature, the parent in front of them, as though waiting for it to speak. You follow their gaze and see the red-flowered face of the Aeropostale follow the little floating turnip as it approaches this stone altar and places the pie in front of him. The rumbling of his breaths that shake the forest floor pause for a moment before his face shifts toward your general direction, Aelin and Willow, and he speaks.
I see two lost souls in the forest. One offers me pie, the other stands still.
So, Ben and Naviee, he has not seen you yet.
What do you want?
My name is Willow, and I would like to talk to my friend, and I have offered you pie so that I can bring my friend home.
This poor soul is your friend. She's barely alive.
But she's still alive, right?
It's best if you don't move her.
Tell me why.
It appears her soul has already been forfeited on the behalf of another. Another warped wish, it seems.
Do you know what the trickery is coming from?
I know not where this deception stems from. It may differ between our two circumstances.
I want to ask him, will you let me approach her?
Do as you wish.
So, Willow, you are attempting to advance ahead towards Aleecia. What is it that you're trying to do, and what is everyone else doing?
I'm just still kind of on guard right now because I don't really trust this giant crazy thing.
That's fine, that's fine.
So I'm remembering that I had that amulet that I got from the cart, and so I want to go see if I can just put it back on her to see if it will do anything. Because I don't know if it's magical. I want to see if it has an effect.
So as you do that, you place the amulet by her, and the black gunk that had broken into the cracks of the amulet almost becomes animated. The amulet jolts, and the black vines by her ankles grow further onto her.
Oh, no.
Yikes. While we're standing here, can I, investigate these black vines at all?
Of course.
Okay. We'll just see what's going on here. That's going to be investigation. That's going to be a 16.
Okay. As you're looking at these vines, you can see that the green vines that are around the arms of the barely breathing Aleecia, you see that they are pulling against the black tendrils that are around her ankles. These vines, although they are black and look very gunky looking, they are arcane energy. They are magic. They aren't regular vines. Their essence is warped into a tendril-like form, but it is all magic. And it wants Aleecia specifically.
Real quickly, so Aleecia's barely breathing. Can I cast Cure Wounds to stabilize her?
Unfortunately, that is no longer an option, for I have already begun transforming her into one of my own. I do not wish to be an enemy. I am the caretaker of this forest. I see all that walk in, and when I saw her wagon cross the tree-line threshold, I could feel the evil following her. It loomed in the shadows, growing faster with every foot she rode away from home. I could see the darkness destroy her cart and cripple her. Limping, she came to me, with desperation in her eyes and black vines at her heels. But all I could do was offer her food. It was the same aura I remember taking me when I was but a human beggar, so many 100 years ago.
Insight.
Yeah, you guys can definitely do insight checks. Whoever else wants to do it too.
Nat 20.
Ooh. 24,
13.
20, 13.
I got a 19 in history.
Perfect. Okay. Naviee, with a 13, you're having a hard time pinpointing the intentions of this creature. It just admitted to feeding Aleecia a piece of food, and now it's saying it's transforming her? Like, that sounds kind of sus. But, Naviee, I'm going to say that you did relay the information to your party about the dissertation papers you have on you that mention the example of the lost beggarman who was never found after the genie introduction 300 years ago. And that seems like a close enough coincidence. As for Weejub and Aelin, I will focus your insights on different things to maximize the information given to you here. So for Weejub, you're focusing on the actions and words of this creature to determine if they are matching up to one another, and so far they are. He mentioned that he can see all in this forest, meaning that as soon as your party entered into the forest, if he wished to do you harm, he would have done so already. You also recall the information that Naviee recited to you about Robert Richard never being found, and you realize that was because those who went looking for Robert were looking for a humanoid, not a mutated tree-like creature. Aelin, matching the 20 insight check with Weejub, you believe this creature to be the lost Robert Richard as well, a kind humanoid that was warped by malicious magic during the Great Banishment. That being said, when he tells you that he offered Aleecia food and she's now beginning to transform, you look around you and you realize that the children surrounding you are the result of starving locals coming to the forest to eat the fruit offered by this warped man.
So she's turning into one of them, basically, is what's going on.
Interesting.
I don't know if I can do much about that.
She is amidst a metamorphosis, paused in time by the black vines that keep my magic from transforming her. Once she changes to a mandragorgon, her mortal essence will die with her, and the evil that pursues her will no longer recognize the creature she becomes. It was the only thing I could do in my power to save and protect her. I ask for your forgiveness as her friend.
Can we do an Arcana check, or would that just be redundant? Now that we know it's magic?
You can do an Arcana check.
I got an 18.
Willow, you've been studying magic as a self-taught wizard for years now, and that has offered you a unique insight into how magic works in Terrantel. With an 18, you center your attention on the two vines wrapped around Aleecia and begin to see two differing shades of colors emanating from each of the vines. Pulsating from the green vines of Robert, you see a dusting of yellowish sparkles coating the skins of the green vines. They do not stand out as something to be worried about. But when you turn your attention to the black vines grasping at Aleecia's ankles, there is an altering hue that weaves in and out of your view. The black vines glisten with a red glow, but that red phases in and out with a purple coloration. Referring quickly to color theory and how magic works in Terrantel, every magic user has a defined color, or multiple, associated with various spell types, spell kinds. So, looking at these vines suggests that a curse was placed upon Aleecia, aided or infused with an unknown enhanced magic from a third-party user.
These black vines are competing against me. If they are cut away, the metamorphosis will be completed. She will be one of my kin, forever destined to stain the forest. What if the black vines take her? I do not know what fate has in mind for her. I experienced a similar curse, similar deception of my wishes and desires when I was mortal. And look what became of me. But that was my own desire that got twisted. For this poor soul, I do not know who or what wanted her to stay here, but it was with great earnest that they attempted to keep her tied to this town. Whoever they unknowingly sealed the fate of this mortal. Do you know who might have done this?
And as he asks you this question, suddenly you guys recall. You remember how passionate Mr. and Mrs. Thistle were about wanting to keep their granddaughter on the farm. That they were wishing and praying to keep her there because they needed her to stay to upkeep the farm. They trusted no one else. She had to stay. You also recall what Naviee had told you, that Robert Richard was someone who prayed to help others, who wished to help others. And in a moment of genie trickery, his wish was warped.
Well.
Well.
There is genie trickery afoot, but I don't think it's here.
Oh, man, so do we kill the girl and then she doesn't turn into a beast, or do we... Because, like, no matter what, she's going to turn into a monster, right? Like, she's going to turn into a... Oh, man. So then the question is, do we cut the vines? Can we take the girl back to her father, at least, and then have a little bit of closure with that, and then maybe get some more insight from him?
I don't think she can leave the forest.
She can't leave the forest.
So she can't leave the forest no matter what. So basically, we kill her, they bury her, she doesn't turn into a monster, or we leave her, she turns into a monster, and we go. But she can't leave the forest.
Willow, I would say this is probably your decision since you knew her best.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to make sure I understand. So either we could leave her there with the black vines, and eventually the black vines will probably overpower and kill her, or we can cut the black vines and she just turns into the monster instead.
I don't know if you guys remember, but I mentioned that there were black vines that pulled the wheel off of the wagon. And you would know that these Aeropostale and Mandagorgons are not vicious. So there was something else, another aspect after her. And considering that the black vines are sprouting from the earth to try and grab her, the Mandagorgon Aeropostale saw this and knew from own experience that the warped wishes is not a life worth living. So he gave her a fruit to eat so that she would then turn into a Mandagorgon to live as a monster carefree. It helped to stop the black vines from capturing her because she's near death. So he's asking you to cut the black vines so that he can take her, bury her, and then she will sprout into one of the Mandagorgons.
Oh. Well, I agree with Aelin. It's up to Willow. You're her closest friend, so.
He just wants to know, like, what would happen if the black vines did get a hold of her.
The Aeropostale in front of you answers that question.
She will remain forever in a standstill state of being. With the evil that attaches to her and my transformation remaining incomplete, her body will age over time, continuing to be held down by both my magic and this unknown fiend. I would hardly consider that a desirable outcome. As her friend, you can either cut away at my vines and watch as this evil devours her, or destroy the black leeches at the ankles of this poor soul and have her join my kin as a Mandragorgon. The choice is yours.
So wait, if we cut the black vines, she dies? Yeah, the big question is, do we trust this crazy monster, or do we go? Well, I mean, you had the history check that you remember that they would kind of do anything. So I think that we should trust this dude.
Especially with the insight checks earlier that he means no harm. Like, if he was really trying to get us to be in danger or whatever, he probably would have the ability to just attack us outright.
100%. So if it's still that person, all that he ever wanted to do is help people. And so even though he's a crazy beast, if he still has that type of mentality, we should probably just trust him.
So, and with that green amulet, it doesn't have the sludge in it anymore, correct?
It still does.
Oh, it does?
It was as though kind of like magnets where they kind of like magnetize towards one another, but doesn't get rid of it. It just kind of accelerated it for a second, but then it went away, but then it stopped.
Okay. I think at that point she would ask if she could bury her friend instead of the apostle guy.
I will honor your wish. My children are here to help in your time of need. We can help to dig a grave for her before she transforms into one of my kin. It is the least we can do.
Probably take their help.
So
I did take their help, yeah.
Little halfling, it would take me a little bit.
And without directly speaking to them, the Aeropostale commands his children to line up around you, stopping maybe 2 feet away to begin digging into the soil. The way they do this is by shimmying themselves into the dirt and using their club-like hands to hurl dirt away until a deep rectangular hole is formed. And once they do this, they wait for your action.
Okay, I think Willow would cut the vines, the black vines.
With a heavy sigh, you take a dagger from your satchel and come close to the body of Aleecia. As you come closer, you can see the skin discoloration on Aleecia's legs from where the black vines were constricting blood flow and causing her limbs to turn a sickly bluish color. As you cut away at the black vines, you feel the resistance from the magic, but as you slash away, the black vines dissipate into dust, and all that is left behind is Aleecia's body and the hole from which they originally came from. The Mandragorgons shuffle around you and begin lifting her body and placing it in this grave. You already can see that without the inhibition of the black vines, Aleecia's body is starting to swell and from her stomach, where the pieces of fruit had been eaten, a green hue starts to spread across her body. Like little children playing in the sand, the Mandragorgons begin shoveling dirt onto her already changing body, allowing you every so often to kick some dirt into the grave as well. Once the body is completely covered, the giant air apostle takes his huge club-like arm and reaches over to a nearby shelf of assorted boulders, and he places a rough, oval-shaped boulder just above the grave, acting as a headstone for this makeshift grave. The little kin shortly follow suit, taking smaller pebbles and rocks and placing them around the upturned dirt mound. After they do this, the air apostle looks to you, Willow, and says,
"Little starry mortal, you have great magical potential within you. It is as bright as the galaxy of stars that decorate your clothes. Do not be disheartened by the tangible loss of your friend, for she still exists in a differing form."
As he says this, from within the rectangular rock fencing sprouts the beginnings of various ferns, mosses, and quillwort plants growing into a small garden. Appearing from the headstone, a larger fiddlehead fern unravels itself until the frond sits completely opened, sparkling magic energy accumulating in small spore-like bundles underneath each of the leaf-like blades. One of the Mandragorgon, the one that took the pie from you, Willow, floats close to the frond leaf and bats at it, dispersing the magic spores in a shimmering golden waterfall onto this little fern garden. From underneath the leaves, an auburn bulb begins to grow with fern-like hair and chubby arms elongating to become the same club-like limbs as the other Mandragorgon, until the sheer weight of this creature becomes too much and it breaks off and lands with a thud on the ground.
"To the many who have come to me because they were starving, this is the first time I have saved someone who wasn't a beggarman like me. She is connected to the magical essence of this world as she was before, and her connection with you also remains."
Suddenly, you hear a loud, mutated scream, and a large explosion come from the direction of the Thistle Estate, an ascending plume of smoke staining the night sky with orange color flickering from the base of this plume, signifying a fire. What do you do?
I'm thinking it's time to go beat up some old people.
And just go back to the explosion, try to figure out what the hell is going on back
I feel
in
like
the old town. And just rush our booties back over to the farm or the village, try to figure out what kind of shit's going on down there, and then maybe teach an old man a lesson. But yeah, I think we should probably deuce out of here and go back to the village.
I'm gonna wave goodbye to my Mandragorgon friend. Very sadly.
His flower-like face tilts to the side to show the emotion of confusion. But as you wave to him, the turnip-like kin begin mimicking you and waving goodbye. And with a slow, heavy movement, he does the same. And as you leave this scene, Willow, you could have sworn the auburn bulb of Aleecia recognized you, and you feel the wave of a warm hug wash over you.
I'm gonna ask the DM, is my hair still green?
Your hair is still green, yes.
Okay, and Elijah's hair was auburn, right? Not green?
Alicia's was an auburn hair, yeah.
Got it, okay.
So you all rush back in the direction you came, the forest feeling easier to navigate as the brush and trees seem to lean away from you, creating an opening from the forbidden forest. Coming into the scene, you see absolute chaos. The Thistle house is ablaze with smoke billowing out the windows and fires licking at the windowsills. Farmhands shout to one another, some trying to help while others flee. Another explosion sounds, sending debris as the roof of the Thistle home erupts, letting loose another large pillar of smoke into the night sky. From the doorway, you see the scorched and bloodied body of Mr. Thistle laying just outside the home, his eyes twitching open as he looks to you all coming into view. He reaches out with a shaky hand and says, "Help! Help! Please!" But before you can assist him, black tendrils trail up his broken legs and latch onto him, dragging him inside. What do you do?
Oh shit.
Lots of stuff.
Aelin, seeing this, would also just start to run into the house.
Yeah, I'm gonna just follow Aelin,
Okay.
running up towards the house.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow as well.
Are you going inside the house, or are you just standing on the outside?
Maybe standing on the outside and just looking in the windows, figure out what's going on before I charge in there.
I would be running just straight inside.
Hey, I'll follow you.
Okay. Willow, what are you doing?
I think Willow's going to be with Naviee and also peer in through the window.
Gotcha. Okay, so the team splits in two, Naviee and Willow staking themselves outside the home, peering in through the window. Meanwhile, Aelin and Ouija bolt through the doorway in an attempt to discern what's inside. The foyer to the Thistle home has remained untouched by the flames, but that won't last long, for the flames are beginning to quickly engulf the area around it. In the far back rests the giant burning flames, and in front of it is a single silhouette of an elderly woman. Her gray long hair tied into a messy bun, the various bottles and herbs at her side singeing away from the fire's intensity, but she remains at the foot of this fire.
Can I roll perception to see if it's Grandma Thistle?
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Ooh,
Hey.
okay.
Is it Mrs. Thistle?
Is it Mrs. Thistle? It is her. It is Mrs. Thistle. And without turning to look at you, she says,
I know Aleecia is dead. Spare me the words.
Yes. And trying to keep her, you've lost her.
I don't appreciate your tone, High Elf.
I don't appreciate you.
Damn, tell her.
How dare you? You don't know what you've done. This farm means more to Terrantel than your immature life can comprehend. Since the Great Banishment, our family has held this honored land, providing so much for these ungrateful mortals. This berry provides healing for the adventurers. It stimulates knowledge for the sorcerers and scholars, and an unwavering belief in our gods for the clerics who rightfully praise it. Without it, Terrantel would lose everything. We needed her here. But you failed. So now I stand alone as the sole survivor of the Thistle family. I will root myself as deep as the Lapsus berry if it means it stays in our bloodline.
As her voice roars into the night, she turns to you as if rotating in place, and from beneath her the floorboards begin to crack and break, black vines bursting from the ground to help pull up a large opaque acid bulb attached to the feet and legs of Grandma Thistle. As this corpse flower emerges from the ground, you see the consciousness of Grandma Thistle goes away. Her body held upright by the black vines that have fused themselves into her skin, but her eyes go milky white as she gives in to this parasitic creature. It stands in front of you, Aelin and Ouija, and readies a stance. Roll initiative, everyone.
Son of a bitch.
Don't touch this. That's gonna be a dirty 20 for Aelin.
22.
Got a solid 1.
You tripped again.
Oh no!
I tried. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Y'all have fun.
Oh
You're
no!
the only one in here with me.
No! This is so
Outside.
bad. Okay, and then Willow.
I am 10.
You're okay, cool. Well, it's better than 1. So On that initiative order, Naviee, you go first. Okay, so you are outside, peering in through the window. What you see is this silhouette of Grandma Thistle suddenly being lifted into the air by this bulbous creature. It's attached to her body underneath her nightgown. You could not have seen it in the hue of the flames, but it appears as though Grandma Thistle is cemented and attached now to this farm. Okay, so what do you do?
Okay, well, I'm gonna run over to the doorway, and I'm gonna throw my boomerang at the monster attached to Grandma.
Awesome. Okay, Ben, you tripped over here.
Oh, good. Just turn me around. I'll face the corner. There we go.
It's a 17.
Awesome. Yep. You hit. Go ahead.
Ooh, that's an 8 for damage.
8 damage. Hot diggity dog. Naviee, as soon as you see the corpse flower emerging from the floor, you act quickly, making it to the door and throwing your boomerang. As the black vines reach out towards Aelin, you sever them, the ends of the vines writhing on the floor, and the corpse flower winces at the damage done.
I'm gonna throw my dagger this time.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit, so a d20.
13.
That still hits, yeah, it's a plant.
Plant.
It's a plant.
4 damage.
Cool, okay.
I was about to kill her all by herself.
After your boomerang returns to you, you quickly take out a dagger and throw it, puncturing one of the thick trunk-like legs used to hold up the corpse flower, and it screams out in pain, but it still looks healthy. Next in initiative order is Aelin.
Okay. So I am going to run forward right up next to Homie, and I'm going to attack with my long sword. I still have the advantage from eating the pie.
Nice.
Do I know if she is an undead entity or a fiend?
They are not undead, no.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up and attack with my long sword. I kid you not. Okay, so I rolled with advantage. I got 2 nat 20s.
Hey, that's amazing!
Yeah, I can't show you without tipping them. It's kind of hard, but they're right there.
Go ahead and roll double damage.
And I am gonna use one of my first level spell slots to do a divine smite as well.
Frick yeah!
Okay, yeah, this is gonna do a lot of damage. 17 plus 3, so 20 damage.
Awesome.
And that's all I can do.
Aelin, as Naviee cuts away the vines from grappling you, you unsheath your longsword and charge ahead, aiming for the thin, permeable membrane holding the acid in the stomach of this corpse flower. You slash at the top of this bowl-like body, cutting open a gaping hole in the chest cavity of this creature, and from your sword, a divine light pierces the darkness of this room, sending a shimmering light into the body of the corpse flower and singeing the wound you just made. Next one is Willow.
Okay. Aleecia. Was she a medium-sized humanoid?
Medium.
Okay, so I only have 25 movement speed. Can I move? I don't know how far Naviee moved. If that was 30 or 25 movement
So
speed.
it was 15 to the front door, and then you could still do like 10 more after that.
Okay.
Which would get you basically to those black tendrils you see in front of like right beside of Aelin.
And do those look like they're attached to the plant that has Grandma Thistle?
Give me a perception check.
All right, so I got 13.
Okay.
Should I move in the doorway and then do my perception?
Maybe. But
13.
Okay, 2 13s.
Sorry, my dogs were howling.
You're good. Anyone else doing a perception check?
I got a 5, so no.
Doing
Nice,
great.
yeah.
You know what? These vines look familiar.
Yeah, yeah.
They look familiar. I don't know. Anyway, for the 13 perceptioners, you can see that they're coming from the same origin, but you are unsure if that connects to this corpse flower. These vines are all coming from some deep earth origin or somewhere in the earth, but you can't tell if it is attached directly to this corpse flower.
Okay. Weiju and Naviee, do you two have magical weapons or are they just regular weapons?
They're just regular weapons. Hannah, do you only have normal weapons or do you have any magic weapons?
No, just
Do you have a sword, right?
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna touch your sword and use magic weapon. So that gives you, it makes your weapon magical and you get a +1 bonus to attack rolls. So now
Okay.
I'm gonna say that your sword is super shimmery and glittery, and I'm gonna hope that helps you when you go fight this thing. So-
Would you do that on my great axe, not on my glaive?
Yeah. I'll do
Okay,
your great
sweet.
axe.
Awesome,
Alright,
perfect.
like, you pick one. Pick us.
Okay, yeah, great axe. Yeah, use that on my great axe, please.
Perfect. Use on your great axe, and then I'll end my turn.
You guys look at this corpse flower. Give me a nature check.
Perception,
let's
that's a 17 for me.
Okay.
Perception, that's a 19 for Wedgube.
You're a 6 for a nature check.
This is a big ass flower. Okay.
That's a nice boulder.
I got 18.
Oh, those that got a high nature or perception check, you see in this bulbous flower, it looks as though it's a tank of acid. And inside, you can see the body of Mr. Thistle. And one of the special abilities of this corpse flower, the corpse flower animates one dead humanoid in its body, turning it to a zombie. The zombie appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the corpse flower and acts immediately after the initiative order.
So Mr. Thistle's dead.
So
basically.
Mr. Thistle got swallowed up, and now, although it's his token, he's a zombie. So the corpse flower takes the body in it and just like pushes it out, and you see Mr. Thistle rise up and just go and just looks at you with a hungering to attack.
I didn't realize it, but that was actually a bonus action, so I
Okay.
still have a rage action I can do.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to use magic missile then to. So I'm trying to imagine. So we've got Grandma Thistle, and there's like veins or vines coming out of her, and then there's this huge flower behind her.
So
Is that what?
the way it looks is almost like it's a spider type plant. So there's Grandma Thistle, the humanoid, attached to the top of this lotus flower like blossom. And underneath and attached to the bottom of this blossom are the tendrils.
Okay, and where's the thing of acid with Mr. Thistle in it?
That is in the center, in the bulb part.
Oh, okay, so she's above the bulb.
Mm-hmm. The humanoid attachment of Grandma Thistle is above this acid bulb type like soup thing.
So am I able to aim my magic missiles for the bulb?
If you want, yeah.
Like, is it visible enough? Okay. No. I got 8.
Oh no, okay, that's gonna miss. Do you have like 3 dots or no? It's just the one attack?
I think all of them would go with the 1.
How do you miss?
I picture three little glowing dots. So they're like orbs again. So I'm gonna guess that they just pitter out.
Okay, so you create these little bulb orbs, but then they fizzle out. You're just like, shit.
Yep, I'm super traumatized.
You are traumatized.
Everyone around me is dying, so it's like, eh.
Oh no. Oh, so then the corpse flower, that's their turn. They're gonna take one action to create that zombie of Mr. Thistle, and then they're going to do a tentacle attack. Yes, they can still hit you, Aelin. They're gonna do a tentacle attack on you. Let's see. So that's 19 to hit.
That hits. Yes.
Okay, it didn't roll well, which is good. So 9 bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
And the target must make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Con is not my best modifier. I rolled an 18 on the dice.
Okay, so then you would only take 8 poisoning damage.
Okay.
Okay, and that is its turn. Wedgube.
I'm ready to kill. Let's see. So I'm going to use my great axe. I'm going to move up to the what used to be Grandma Thistle, and I would like to go ahead and attack them. So I have to go ahead and roll. Is it a D20 to see if I hit?
Yep,
right?
D20 to attack.
Ha! I got a 13 plus 4, 17.
That hits.
Sick. And then I get to roll a D12, and then I get plus 1 because you. Okay, sick. Okay, sick. So I rolled a 9, and I have a plus 2 already just for the two-handed, so that's 11, so 12.
Awesome, 12 damage.
Yes.
Sweet.
And
well
then
done.
I believe I moved. Oh shit! I moved 25 feet. I didn't realize it was that far. But I'd like to back off just like 5.
Just
feet.
5 extra feet. Now it's the zombie's turn. So, zombies, let's see. It's going to take its movement to go over to you, Wedja, because you just hit Mrs. Thistle in his mind.
Oh, man.
So he's going to try and hit you.
Bring it on.
Husband, even in death.
I know. Oh, that's a nat 20. I'm so sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah, that hurts.
Prove it. No, just kidding.
I'll send a picture. Literally, it was like one of those where it was about to roll over, then it went back onto the 20. I was like,
How dare it?
how dare.
That's fine.
How dare.
So, Ouija, the zombified Mr. Thistle turns his swiveling, broken neck, his head dangling on his shoulder, to you and takes a swipe at you, scraping at your rock-like skin for 5 damage. That's 5
That's
damage.
not bad.
Yeah.
That's it?
Okay. Damage.
Okay, going back up to initiative, Naviee with a 22. What do you want to do?
You know what? I'm gonna attack the zombie that just hit my friend.
Nice.
And I got a... Oh man, math is hard. A 14.
Let's see. So you're hitting the zombie?
Yes, with my boomerang.
Nice. Okay, I was gonna ask if it was a range attack. Yep, you hit it.
That is a 5.
5 damage?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so Naviee, seeing Ouija get slashed by the zombie, you take out your boomerang and fling it towards the undead Mr. Thistle, hitting the nape of his neck and causing a loud crack to sound from the impact. The swiveling head, now dangling by a thin skin thread, clocks you and growls. Is there anything else that you can do on your turn?
Can I throw my dagger at him as well? The zombie, or try and take him down.
Sure.
That is a 16.
Yep, that hits.
Another 5 damage.
After your successful hit with your trusty boomerang, you take yet another dagger from your belt loop and hurl it at the zombie's knees, causing him to keel over, the mobility in his right leg now hindered severely from your attack. Nice. Okay, he's looking bloody, but he's still standing. We're moving on to Aelin. You're next.
So, Aelin is going to move farther back, and after getting hit, she kind of just slaps her hand on one of her wounds, and I'm going to heal myself using my lay hands ability.
Ooh,
for
nice.
10 HP. And that's my action, so that's all I can do right now.
Next is Willow.
She's gonna do firebolt on the zombie.
Okay, firebolt. Go ahead. Roll for your attack.
You add initiative, right? Or do you just roll? I'm trying to remember what you add to attack rolls. Yeah.
So your
for me,
spell attack modifier is your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier. So it'd be 2 plus your intelligence modifier.
So it's 5 total.
5. So yeah, so you'd add 5 to your attack rolls.
24. Did I
Okay,
hit?
that hits. That definitely hits.
That'd be 5 damage.
Okay, 5 damage. Noticing the stubbornness of this zombie, you help Naviee and Ouija to finish off the remains of Mr. Thistle. The pain of losing your friend begins to burn into the palms of your hands, and with great tenacity, you reach out towards this undead minion and cast a firebolt, singeing the already decaying skin of his acid burns. He lets out a pained scream and is looking very weak, but is still standing. Next, Willow, is there anything else you can do?
No, there really isn't.
Okay.
I'm good.
So after that, is the Blossom, the Corpse Flower's turn. So I'm going to have them go after you, Wedge Up, since you're close in proximity to them. 5 feet. Ooh.
Bring
it. So it's going to make a tentacle attack at you. And let's see. Okay. Ooh, that's 10 to hit.
Miss. I have a AC 17.
Okay, so it tries to attack you and it misses. That's literally its turn. Yep. Okay. Moving on. Is your turn, Wedgeup?
Okay. I want to. I'm gonna use my great axe again. I'm gonna attack zombie man Thistle here. I want to see if I can finish this dude off. So I get a 15.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, and 8, 10, 11.
Kill this guy. Finish him.
Yes, I take my axe and I split him right down his fucking spine, and then I step on the axe and split the rest of the way in half. I feel really bad because I know that was really closest person. So I turned to her and I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry that I had to do that, but he tried to kill me.
You're good. You're good.
All right, good. Whew.
Congrats, well done. And the zombie would have gone, but now is no more. So we're back up at Naviee.
All right, I'm gonna move closer to the flower thing and hit it with my short sword.
Ooh, you go for it.
That's a 9. No, wait. Oh my gosh, math 18.
Oh, to hit?
Yeah.
Yep, it hits.
And 5 damage.
Okay, awesome.
You know what? I probably should have ran away a little bit more.
Well, it didn't hit you, so it's fine.
I was just so excited.
Hindsight is 20/20.
It is. Hindsight's always a nat 20, isn't it?
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
I need a T-shirt with that on it now. Hindsight's always a natural 20.
Okay. A bonus action at all, Naviee?
You know what? I'm gonna go, just because it's making me angry at this point, I'm just gonna go at it with my talons.
Okay. Ooh, go for it.
That is a 12.
Ooh. Oh, no, it still hits. Still hits. It's a plant. Still hits.
Ooh, it's a plant.
It's a plant.
It's a plant.
And that's 4 damage.
Well done.
Damn, you did almost the same damage as your sword.
It's
Nice
the,
talons.
What? Okay. Holstering your boomerang to your back, Naviee, you ready yourself and dart forward, using your quick bird-like agility to strike further at the wound inflicted by your dagger from earlier. You cut into the gnarled legs of the corpse flower and completely cut away one of the black legs holding the corpse flower upright. As you all begin to channel your attacks into this singular target, the pain inflicted by your hits appears to awaken the humanoid Grandma Thistle on top of the corpse flower, and with a sickeningly warped voice, she hisses.
You don't understand the dedication and time it takes to run this farm. For generations we've held this designated lineage, and she abandoned it.
Next is Aylin's turn.
Let's see. Aylin's gonna run forward again and attack with a long sword.
Go for it.
So let's see here. To attack, that's gonna be a 17 to hit.
Hits.
Great.
Roll your
great,
damage.
great. Little 1d8 roll here. So that's gonna be it's gonna be 7 damage.
7 damage. Nice.
And that's all I can do on my turn right now.
Unmoved by Mrs. Thistle's words, you continue to cut into the vines and you begin to see the corpse flower stagger due to the continued attacks to it. It still looks strong, but the movement of the vines is starting to suffer. After Aylin, Willow, it's your turn.
If I try to cross these black tentacles, do I have to worry about getting attacked at all? Or can I just walk right by them?
They are not animated at this moment.
Okay. Oh, we're just gonna do Firebolt again, I think. So 17 to hit.
Awesome, it hits.
Alright, do 6 damage, and I'm hurling it at that, like, acid tube thing that had Mr. Thistle in it.
Okay, again, Willow, your heart mourns for the loss of your friends, and you're torn between the people you remember the Thistle family to be and the monsters you see in front of you. Aiming precisely at the thin membrane tissue of the corpse flower, you strike her again with a successful firebolt, the intensity of your magic beginning to eat away at the corruption that is this corpse flower. Well done, everyone. Okay, is there anything else that you can do on your turn?
Really, no, so I'm good.
Okay. So now it's the flower's turn. What she's going to try to do is she's going to try and throw Wedge up into the fire. She's going to take a tentacle and make a tentacle attack. And, well, you don't have to worry about that because it was a 14, so she misses her tentacle attack.
Nice.
She's panicked. She,
trying to kill me.
She
Damn.
can't. I rolled a d4 to see which one she'd choose of you guys. It ended up being you. So we're going to then go to Wedgeup. Your turn.
Let's see.
And it's going to take its movement, and it's going to go over here on the table. So to describe the scene, the corpse flower tries to lash out at you, Wedgeup, but misses and begins to panic, seeing that you guys are slowly overcoming her, just the 4 of you. Taking her movement, the corpse flower skitters over to the dining room table, closer to one of the open windows, peering through as though deciding whether to flee or fight, while the semi-conscious body of Grandma Thistle slumps on top of the corpse flower.
Okay.
Bye.
So
it technically just went from being in range of me to out of range of me. So am I allowed to use the reaction opportunity attack
Yeah, it technically did walk by you and Aelin and Naviee, so you guys can make opportunity attacks as it tries to run away.
I got a dirty 20 on my opportunity attack.
Great, you
Got
hit it.
a 15.
Awesome, hit.
That's
gonna
going to be
use
6 damage for Aelin.
Okay, awesome.
And I'm going to use my great axe again, and that is, oh hell yeah, 14 damage.
Ooh, oh my goodness, you guys. It's looking panicked. So in a feeble attempt to look for a way out, it crosses Aelin and Weejub's path, and you take every opportunity you can to slash into this beast. Aelin, you aim for the legs. Weejub, you aim for the cranium that Grandma Thistle is slouched on now, and you two do an insane amount of damage to this creature. So you get another attack, Weejub, since it moved on its turn, so it's still your turn in initiative.
And how high up is Granny Thistle?
So
above the thing.
She's now on the table, and then the bulb above her, I would say that she is like 10 feet, if not more, higher than you.
Okay, then I will not be doing what I thought I was going to do. So we'll move on then. I got a 10.
Darn. Okay, that's a miss. Do you have a bonus action?
Wait, didn't you have attack advantage? Did you already use that?
Yeah.
I think he did use his pie treat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I did not. I've not used it yet.
Feel free to use it.
My pie.
You haven't used your pie.
16 plus 4, 20.
Okay, yep, it hits. Go ahead and make another attack.
11 damage.
Y'all slaying my monster. Okay. Now we're going up to Naviee back at the top of initiative.
Quick question. How far away is everyone from it, and how far away from the fire is this plant thing?
The plant is 10 feet away from the fire, and Weejub is 5 feet, 10 feet for both Naviee and Aelin, and then you, Willow, are 20 feet away.
Okay, because I was going to propose an idea. I have a spell called Thunder Wave where I attack everything in a 15 circle radius around me.
Okay.
And it pushes things 10 feet away from me. So it's almost tempted to use it on the beast and push it into the flames. But I wouldn't want to do that if you all stayed close to it. So what I was going to propose is that if you all moved 15 feet away from it at the end of your turn, just to make sure you're out of radius, that I can go over there and thunder wave it if you all don't kill it before then. But
so you shout out this plan to everyone, being like, I have this ability to push it into the fire. I think we should utilize that this house is burning down to our advantage. I need you to get the frick away. What are your guys' response?
I was gonna say, someone has to take Weiju though, because he goes after me.
I mean, I'm down with this plan.
Yeah, I'll deuce out of here. Let's throw this crazy thing into the fucking fire.
Okay, so it's Navi's turn technically in initiative. So Naviee, what would you like to do? There's been this plan proposed that you need to have a larger distance between you and your foe.
Does somebody have to get Weiju because his turn is after Willow's?
Probably.
So I would like to grab Weiju and move towards the door.
I need you to do a strength check to pick up an Earth Genasi.
It's a 14.
Oh. You're like trying to pick me up, but I'm not gonna.
Can you add? Is there anything else that you add to it?
Do you have any strength, Adam?
Yeah, +1.
Did you use any attack throws? Would the pie help if she still had one of those?
I think you should still attack.
I just attack rolls.
Yeah.
Dang, okay.
So, Naviee,
I can also try grabbing Weejub as well because it's my turn next.
Okay, so Naviee comes up to Weejub and tries to move him, but he's just so sturdy in his rock iron stance that this little Aarakocra is just trying to move him, but he's not moving. He's just like, what are you doing? You know, I'm here to fight, you know, and like, get out of the way. But you're unable to move him. You only moved technically 5 or 10 feet, so you still have your movement to get out of the way after or before your attack.
Okay, I'm gonna get out of the way before my attack, and then I'm gonna attack with my short bow. It's a 15.
Okay, that hits.
And 6 damage.
You guys are seeing the blackened tendrils from beneath this acidic bulb start to falter and fall in on itself. The leaves of the bulb are starting to wilt, and acid is starting to pour in close and into the fire.
Oh.
So you start to see it leak onto the floor. Naviee, your arrow punctures through the soft membrane tissue of the corpse flower bulb. And as you do so, the puncture wound begins to bleed acid onto the floor, and your arrow starts to dissolve. And you notice that the acid is slowly eating away at the floorboards underneath the corpse flower and the table that it stands on, but it is still acid. You want to remain far away from that. Naviee, is there anything else that you can do?
I can still throw my boomerang.
Go for it.
That's a 11.
Ooh, that misses. I'm so sorry. It's a 12 DC. I'm so sorry. Can you roll me?
I still have my attack advantage. Can I?
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
Oh, this time it's a 15.
15. That hits. Go ahead and take roll for damage.
And a 5.
A 5. Okay, awesome. Naviee, you take your boomerang and you unsheath it, sending it flying to Grandma Thistle, aiming directly at the nape of the neck for her, and it causes her to waken and startle, and the corpse flower itself begins to cry out as though they are neurologically connected, the two of them, and the corpse flower is bleeding acid onto the floor. Grandma Thistle looks heavily injured from the boomerang. Next is Aelin after Naviee.
So, how far away am I from this, homie?
10 feet, I think it was.
I think, because I have nothing I can do from a distance right now. So I think I'm just going to try to grab Wedge up and run.
Okay,
Let's do it. Let's get out of here.
Roll a strength.
Okay.
Roll for strength.
That's going to be a dirty 20.
Okay. You witness Naviee trying to like move this rock-like dude with her beautiful, I guess, red feathers, and kind of like fall back like, oh, fine, and take a step back and start attacking the monster. You just get your haunches and with one arm wedge up onto your shoulder. You're just like, got it, got him. Okay.
And then I will take my movement to move away.
Awesome.
Or at least if I'm carrying someone heavy, I don't know if I can only move like half of my movement or something.
Half of your movement is still enough to be outside the radius of Willow's
Cool. I will
spell.
do that then.
Okay. So next is Willow.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up to him and I'm gonna roll first to see if I can hit him.
You got this. You got this. You got this.
If not, it's gonna be a sad day.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh no! What is it? Oh no!
I should ask for pie.
Oh no!
I think
I
we're out
rolled
of
a
pie.
nat one.
No, we still have
Oh.
2 pieces left.
A nat
I know,
one.
dude.
No, one piece.
I was trying so hard to go kill it, but then I saw Grandma Thistle and
Oh
I faltered
no!
and I couldn't do the spell.
Oh
And
no!
now you're all right.
I'm all by myself, traumatized, couldn't do it all by myself.
Oh, and you
And
use your.
you're-
Oh God! Oh God! No. Okay,
Yep.
you're the only one in like around it. So it's going to make a tentacle attack at you and try to throw you into the fire.
I'm gonna do my reaction spell of shield.
Great. I would not do that because it rolled a 2, so save your shield. Willow, you propose this amazing plan to use Thunder Wave or Thunderclap in order to push Grandma Thistle and this corpse flower away. All your companions and compatriots are out of the way. You get face to face with this corpse flower and you see Grandma Thistle above you, and the face and eyes of her still remind you of when you used to come to the Thistle farm as a child, and it messes with you and you aren't able to do your spell. But equally so, the corpse flower takes a tentacle attack and it reaches up and it goes for you. You're the only one in range, and yet you see a twinge of recognition in Grandma Thistle's eyes, and she falters and uses her own humanoid body attached to the head of this corpse flower to avoid hitting you. And the tentacle hits the floorboard, causing splinters to go everywhere, but missing you. Noticing the disruption between the connection of itself and Grandma Thistle, the corpse flower will use its special ability, the bonus action, to spider climb onto the wall and up onto the ceiling in order to make it towards the door in order to flee. You get an opportunity attack though, since it ran by you.
So with me being a wizard, does that just mean a generic spell, or like I pick a spell? I don't know how that works for opportunity attacks for wizards because I don't have a weapon on me.
As a wizard, you can start with a quarterstaff or a dagger. So you should have one of those items on you.
Okay, so that would be 21.
Okay, yep, you hit. Come on, you got this.
And
End it.
A quarterstaff is 1d6.
6 damage.
Ooh, my gosh, guys, it's getting so close to death. And it's still bleeding. Still bleeding acid. So it's going to go after Naviee. It's going to make a tentacle attack at you, and try to grapple you. I'm rolling like crap. This sucks. Okay, that's 9 to hit. I hope.
Mine's 15.
Okay, so it misses. It's still trying to attack you, but at this point, it's just getting desperate. It's already taken its movement. So, Wedge Up, it's your turn.
All right, so let's see. How far away am I from it? I'm 15 feet-ish. So I am going to run right up to him.
Oh.
Right there.
Oh.
And I'm going to attack with my Great Axe again. So let me roll for the hit. 13. I think I just barely hit it.
Yeah, you hit it.
7 damage.
Oh my gosh, guys, it's on death's door. I guess it's knocking at the door. It's knocking at the door. Okay, is there any other bonus action that you can do?
I don't have any bonus actions because I'm using a two-handed. If I was using a one-handed weapon, then I would. But
so it's still leaking acid. So I'm gonna have it just be a
shit,
little pile there.
Just splooged acid all over, like right next to me. Fuck.
So as you hit it, you pierce into the blossom acid type pool, and you slash at it, causing acid to go directly to the side of you. Luckily, not splashing on top of you, but you kind of recoil. Forgetting that inside it is all acid. Okay. Any other turns you can make?
Nope.
Okay, Naviee, it's your turn. Can you end
I'm
this?
gonna move closer to it and go at it with my short sword again.
Frick yeah, go for it. You got this.
Oh my gosh, math is so hard. 23.
Okay, no, you're great. If you're great. Golden.
That is 6 damage.
6. Naviee, finish it. Do it. Just kill it. Okay, you take your short sword. What do you do with it?
I just slice the top of the flower bud just right off, and it goes like splat onto the wall and just like falls on the floor.
Perfect. Well done. So, Naviee, you see this skittering creature on the ceiling trying to make an exit for the door, the acid leaking from the bulb, and Ouija tries to stab at it, causing further bleeding, but you see an end to this. You see from where everyone else has cut around the top part of the bulb where Grandma Thistle is attached to this creature. You take your short sword and make one quick swipe, completely severing the connection between the corpse flower and Grandma Thistle. The corpse flower itself withering away until it slumps on the ground, falling from the ceiling, and Grandma Thistle falling limp onto her side, her head cocked onto the floor, eyes still wide and somewhat conscious. She seems to still have been like possessed. The black tendrils have now gone up into her body and they're crawling up her neck, but the last flesh-like remnants of her face looks to you and she says, "I didn't want this." And then she rapidly decays. Her skin suddenly goes gray and suddenly black, and then it just shrivels in on itself and she becomes a husk, a mummified husk of herself just laying on the ground. So, congratulations, everyone. This is where we'll end our session.
What?
Damn, Hannah got the kill.
Hannah got the final kill. Yes.
Hannah got the with a short sword.
I know.
Okay.
I was wondering who was going to finish it. I'm just like, guys, we're getting so close, so close, so close. So, awesome.
Well,
Thank you all.
Kisa would have gotten it if it was thrown into the flames. So close, so
The
close.
dice tell the
Hurt me
story.
a lot when it hit me. I was like, "Whoo, yeah, about
No
that."
charging.
Yeah,
It
and
got
that.
me down to it got me down to 8 HP.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, it was getting close to
Oh
y'all.
my
in case
God.
you needed
It hit me for
Was
how
it
much was
12?
It hit me for like 16 or 17 damage. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that's why I only
So-
did one tentacle hit. Like when I was doing it, I was like, technically,
Technically.
technically it has 3 tentacle strikes. But after seeing the one that it did to Aelin, I'm like, okay, overpowered.
Yeah.
Got
that
it.
was rough.
But then it didn't hit any of you again.
I know.
Anyway,
Well, it was a good story. You put a lot of work into it, and I enjoyed it. So.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Now we just need to do more.
Yeah, my character, guys, though.
Hmm?
My character's mental health is not okay.
oh
Yeah,
no!
I know. Your best
I
friend is
know,
dead,
yeah,
and then you
switch
just.
after
Died
session
at the
check-in.
different-
Willow, not doing good.
Mentally. Good.
Yeah,
Oh no.
Thank you, Jackie.
of course.
Yeah, thanks for having an awesome first interaction in D&D. So.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, this was my brother Ben's and his wife Hannah's first instance with TTRPG mechanics, and I hope I did them justice. Thank you to all my players for joining me for this episode, and a special thanks to our amazing guests for this arc, Ben and Hannah. I hope to have them on the podcast again for a one-shot to help build and add to the story, because guys, shit is happening everywhere in Terrantel. Anyway, thank you again, everyone, for joining us here on the podcast. We hope to have you listening again in our future episodes. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic morning, evening, and night, and we will see you next time. Bye, Sprouts.
Plant yourself where you thrive.